Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfszeit channel. Today with a very special topic. I mean, I can't do that. I have my wisdom teeth removed. Always special. The Hotfix. And StarVault fixed a lot of stuff. We will look a little bit into the details here. So please leave your opinion about the fixes in the comments, would be so awesome. And we start with the biggest change. So you're getting now way less glory when doing supply runs. Nearly no experience when you're doing supply runs. And StarVault already has dropped a statement and that they are working on a solution. So they wrote it may be fixed on Wednesday. They also adjusted the Mental Leech spell a little bit because there was literally no downside casting the spell at the time and it was extremely quickly draining all the mana of your target. StarVault also wrote, this is mostly due to the amount of mana being drained per tick, heavily scaling with the caster's intelligence. So this is now lowered, along with cast time, etc. StarVault also stated, there was essentially no downside to casting the spell all the time and extremely quickly draining all the mana of your target. This is mostly due to the amount of mana being drained per tick, heavily scaling with the caster's intelligence. So this had been lowered. Also with the cast time adjusted to be a little longer. This will give enough time for the target caster to read that the spell is being cast and prepare a Purify if they are fast enough to counter the Mental Leech and not lose much or any mana from it. This allows a skillful counter to the threat of another caster draining your mana constantly 100% of the time, while if left unattended, the Mental Leech will severely place advantage on the casters regarding mana economy, which often is the determining factor for a Mage duel. Mage duel tournament, this would be a nice thing. Or Archery tournament or stuff like that. Yeah. But directly to our next section, with this patch they fixed a lot and they also fixed the emotes while mounted. That you are not clipping inside the mount, and they fixed the pledge emote. Now, one of the most interesting changes is they fixed our player archery specific damage bug that affected the Clade gift buffs, the mastery buffs, the essence orb, the combat abilities, and that the combat ability brace was affected being calculated twice when affecting archery damage. This included damages increases and decreases. So effects such as the Ogmir Stone Skin, Rock Solid War Cry, Thurza Adamant, Human Tactician, mastery damage to AI, low health damage bonus were affected. It's awesome that they fixed that, because nothing is more frustrating when you skill something and it doesn't work. So now to the combat abilities. So they also fixed the strength requirement calculation that is not applying correctly when you're using a bow while being mounted. So people used combat abilities on mounts that they shouldn't be using on mounts. For example, the snapshot, because it uses much more strength. And using a combat ability now cancels the use and interact actions. And I don't know if that is written wrong, but fixed energize incorrectly, only increasing mana regeneration by 30% instead of the 100%. I mean, it was totally clear that we will have combat ability changes and combat ability balance updates after the combat ability patch. I mean, this will now come from time to time, all the time. So now to the UI fixes. They made a lot of UI fixes and stuff, but I guess I have another one for you. So I tried to get more arrows into my favorite list than 100, but it doesn't work. Or maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. I mean, yeah, would be nice to get more arrows than 100 with one click. I mean, it's just a small thing, but yeah. So pets also got some fixes. Now the all pets command should always work. And also a rare issue is fixed where you couldn't log out with your pet. Awesome that this is fixed. They fixed the battery yield regen buff that was not calculated correctly when being enhanced with a connected keep. Also two other major fixes, like the no build zones outside keep walls that were not activated correctly, and they've also fixed the problem in general that some regen buffs when you're having a keep and a connected territory is not working correctly, but now it works correctly. Also that some relics could be despawned when you're having a full inventory and getting that. On top of that, they fixed the issue where relics items would not be pushed out of the houses properly when dropped inside. So relics items should now end up on the ground outside or fall back to the front door. This fix does not apply to TC buildings. But they fixed another one! Fixed issue where relics would disappear while players were carrying them over when removing one from the reliquary. But now to some of the fatalities. They fixed it where you get stuck in the animation. They also fixed the unlocking of the fatalities. And you can now no longer perform a fatality that will make you criminal unless you have toggle criminal actions on. So no accident fatalities in towns. And of course a lot of world fixes, which is always awesome. And people are already guessing what they are working on currently. What is very clear that they are working on the new continent that is hosted in North America. It will still be one world, it will still be one server, but it will be located in the USA. But I wonder how the transition will work on the Tecton bridge. Because this bridge will connect the two continents together. But we will see, It sounds exciting. And I guess a lot of American players will come back to the game or will play the game more when the American server is there. But yeah, this were the short news today. So please have a like and subscribe. And special thanks to all of these supporters, of course. Carmel, Lucario, Mr. Minerva, Dem Tired, Ronus, Spartan, Let's Go. Ow, my mouth. Ah, shit. Anyway, making party hard, and see you all next time. Goodbye.